every single cornhole player is going to have bad rounds and bad games. It's about what you do after that is going to set you up for success. Let's talk about it. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Michelle Thompson, aka Cornhole Mish. I am a cornhole commentator, sideline reporter, and I've been helping people get out of their heads and into their bodies for peak performance for over 15 years. I understand how much you would prefer to just have a perfect game every single time you threw, so you never had to deal with frustrations or setbacks. I know that you would love it if you threw your ceiling every single time you walked up to the boards and that would solve all of your problems. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. It's never going to happen in anything. Even the top athletes in any sport have moments where things don't go as planned, even with all their practice and their fitness and their food routines, everything they do to set themselves up for success. Because we're humans, there's always going to be moments when things don't go the way we wanted it to. So it's not about wanting things to never go wrong. It's about being so prepared for when that happens that it's not a worry, it's not a threat. It's just part of life and part of playing sports, part of being competitive, and it's no big deal. That is the energy we want to bring when we're thinking about bad games and bad rounds. That ease of that's going to happen. Now, we don't want it to happen all the time, obviously, because if we're consistently not playing up to our potential, then there's things that we have to go back to the drawing board and figure out. But if it's happening here and there, then we do maybe have ways that we can simply create a better post routine of the round or the game or even the tournament that are going to help you not only come back and avoid that happening as much, but come back so much stronger that you're actually grateful that it happened in the first place. The first part of understanding how to bounce back is understanding our responses or reactions, and that comes from our thoughts and our beliefs about ourselves in general. If you are someone that is so worried about what people think, if you're wrapping up your identity in how you perform is not your identity. It's just a thing that you do. It is not who you are. And even if you are a cornhole player, that's still not your entire identity. You're also all these other things besides a cornhole player. So we do have to be really careful when we overly identify as a competitor and overly identify as a cornhole player so that every single thing that happens on those boards becomes a threat to our identity. It becomes so heavy and pressure filled. So the more that you can be honest with yourself about, I am Michelle, I also happen to play cornhole at a competitive level, and that's a really fun thing that I get to do. And that allows me to release my competitive outlet, and that allows me to hang out with really cool people, whatever that is for you, and that sentence that makes sense. But we need to be honest with ourselves about what all of this means, which it doesn't mean anything, not about who you really are. And that is so much deeper than just what happens on the boards. But I get it. You're competitive, you want to play well, it matters to you, and you care, and that's all good. We just have to not let the outside opinions and fears about the outside opinions weigh so heavily on us that a mistake, a bad round, or a bad game, or worse, a bad tournament sends us into a deep spiral because it's so threatening to the core of who we are. And so you got to untangle all that. It's not the end of the world. It sucks. It's painful. You never want it to happen again. That's all valid. Your feelings are valid, but it is not who you are. However, we would like that to not happen, at least not very often. So let's talk about what we can do about that. The first part of this is just going to be being brutally honest with yourself outside of the tournament. So, why do you do this? What's your big why for playing cornhole at a highly competitive level? What's important to you about it? And then also check yourself and notice if some things come up that are a bit dysfunctional, like I want to prove to everybody I'm the best, or I want to show all my those people in the past that said I couldn't do it that I could do it. Like if it's becoming heavily about outside of you, external, then that is going to be very dysfunctional in terms of your motivations and the meaning that you attach to what happens in the game. So if that's happening, then we need to bring it back to us. What is this about for you? Why do you play cornhole? Why are you playing it at a competitive level? Because why you play cornhole is probably it's fun. I like the people. But why do you choose to compete and put yourself in stressful situations? What is that about for you? For you personally, if nobody else existed, which I know you can't compete if there's nobody else to compete against, but you get the point. So we want to know what this is really about because then when things go awry, and they will, then you can at least rattle off some real truths to yourself about the reality of what's happening, which is I didn't have a good game, or I didn't have a good round, or I didn't have a good tournament. And I'm still all these other things, XYZ. And I don't do it because I want to show everybody that I'm the best, because I know that's just a dysfunctional thought. It's really just about me and being my best. And that wasn't my best, and that's frustrating. So, what can I do to help put me in a position to play my best? That's all really we want to happen there. If there's going to be self reflection, it's just going to be what do I need? What does my body need? What do I need? Not attaching any other meaning to it other than that. But if we boil it all down to one thing, I think the biggest problem with bad rounds, bad games, bad tournaments is that our expectation is that it should never happen. I think if the biggest thing you can take away from this video is to shift that thought that this shouldn't happen, because it's going to happen. Now, it doesn't have to happen for an extended period of time, weeks, months, years. It doesn't even have to happen multiple games, but it's going to happen. Your cornhole competitive career is going to look like a roller coaster. It's not linear. We would love for it to just start from the bottom and just steadily go up. It's not possible. It goes like dips, and it goes highs, and it lows and highs and valleys and whatever. That is what it's going to do. The more you can expect that and not have that be a threat, not have it have meaning, like this means I'm losing it. This means I need more practice. This means etc., etc. The more you can just go, oh, this is just part of competitive sports, right? And a lot of the athletes that we see have down moments. Even the best athletes in the world have down moments. But I would venture to guess, if I was to sit them down and interview with them, and I asked them what their response was to that moment, right? Let's say a top quarterback throws an interception. It happens. Every single quarterback does it. So if I was to sit down and interview them, I think they would say it's part of the game. And obviously it's not something I want, but it didn't make it a big thing. I didn't make it a big, oh, this means that I'm not good anymore. This means that I can't hit shots or whatever. I'm sure they would say that they easily accepted what happened and moved forward very quickly because they know it's just part of the game. The more you can let that sink in, the less of a threat those situations will be. Because the real threat comes from, I shouldn't be doing this. This shouldn't be happening to me. I'm better than this. All that stuff creates all that anxious and spiraling that happens that makes it turn into games and rounds and tournaments, plural, 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 right? So the more you can just go, it's part of the game. It just happens. Like it's just gonna happen. The more you're gonna be able to shake that off and move on quickly so it does not have to be excessive amounts of bad games, bad rounds, and bad tournaments. I know nobody wants to have these moments, but it's part of life, and I hope this helps kind of understand it a little bit better. Throw the comments below. What is it that helps you shake off those bad rounds? I would love to know. And of course, my mental reset kit is available for $9 to help you shake those things off quickly. And as always, subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video.